3 of these instructional videos on the Bembe rhythm from West Africa, originating from the Yoruba people. At this point, hopefully you've watched the first week of video and the second, but I am going to do a quick recap in case anybody out there is new to this live stream and you haven't tuned in before. So my name is Mike Reyes. I am also Sergeant First Class retired Mike Reyes, U.S. Army, and I am the Educational Director here at Warrior Beat. So I am going to continue my instructional series on the Bembe rhythm with the low drum part. Now, we have already done the smallest high drum, the middle drum, and now we're going to do the low drum. In Spanish, we call these the quinto, the conga, and the tumba, or the quinto, the tres golpe, and the tumba, okay? So we already did the small drum part. We did the center drum part. Now we're going to do the low drum part, okay? And just like previously stated in the other videos, Bembe is a rhythm that's based on 6 beats, which means that you play on some of those beats and you do not play on some of those beats to create the rhythm. In music, we call that resting, right? For all you musicians out here, you can think of Bembe in 6/8 or 12/8 time signatures. And if you don't play an instrument, that's okay. All it means is we're counting to 6 and we're playing on some of those beats and we're not playing on some of those beats, okay? So real quick to recap. Day 1, we did the high drum part, which out of our 6 beats, we're playing on 1 and 2, and 4 and 5. So we're not playing for 3 or 6. And what we're doing is we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And we apply that to the drum by making the first of those 2 notes an open tone, and then the second of those 2 notes, a slap tone. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, go right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have trouble with the timing, just count to 6 over and over again and clap on those beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we did the middle drum part. In the middle drum part, we essentially play on all the beats except for count 6. And it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a very quick breakdown of that is that's palm, fingertip, open, palm, slap, rest. Palm, fingertip, open, palm, slap. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we're going to get to the low drum parts. But before we do that, let me do a quick review of how to get tones out of your hand drum. And again, it doesn't matter what type of drum you're playing. If you're playing bongo, if you're playing conga, if you're playing djembe, ashiko, darbuka, any of those. If you have a hand drum, these techniques will work on them no matter what you have. Okay, so the first tone that we get out of a hand drum is what we call the open tone. And that is achieved by identifying the largest row of knuckles in your hand, but on the palm side. And what we're going to do is we're going to strike the drum on this top edge, but the edge closest to you. And we're going to come immediately off the drum so that we don't mute or muffle the drum in any way, which is why it's called the open tone. We're leaving the drum open to sing, to resonate, and to give us all the tone it can give us. And that looks like this. Across the drums. Okay. The second tone is what we call the bass tone. And the bass tone is basically a palm strike to the center of the drum. If you find that same row of knuckles and you imagine that someone drew a Sharpie circle around the edge of your hand, you're going to try to hit the center of the drum with that entire circle. And your fingers will touch the head, and that's totally fine, but you're primarily striking with the palm of your hand. To get this feeling, if you try to clap your hands without your fingers actually coming together, that's that same area of your hand that strikes the drum for a bass tone, okay? The third tone is the slap tone, which looks like this. Okay, and a slap is achieved by, instead of hitting the edge with the large row of knuckles, we're going to slide our hand forward, and we're going to try to get that edge to hit right in the center of our palm. Maybe even a little bit lower than that, but not too much, because you'll hurt your hand if you come back here. So what you're trying to do is basically, if the large row of knuckles is the top of your palm and the heel of your hand is the bottom, you're trying to get it right in that center where your hand, with the palm of your hand, bends. Okay? And what happens is we strike the edge, and a fraction of a second later, our fingertips whip down, and they create this high-end crack sound that we call the slap. Because it sounds like a slap. And again, don't get frustrated if the slap doesn't come to you right away. It took me about 1.5 years to get a good slap on both hands every single time I wanted to play one. For a long period of time, I'd get some real good, and the rest of them wouldn't come out as a slap. Now, if you try to flatten out your hand, well, let me go back and say, when you finish the slap move, your hand is in an A-frame position. So what that means is the knuckles on my hand are the top of the A-frame, fingers on one side, the palm is the other. If you imagine trying to hold a little bit of water in the center of your palm and not drop it or not spill it, that's the kind of shape that you want your hand to finish in to get a good slap, okay? And you can hear that. You can do it. You can do it on any size drum. The smaller and the higher the drum is, the easier it's going to be to get a slap. You don't want to hit with your hand flat, because then you get what we call a muffled tone, and you won't have that impact sound of the slap. Okay? So, it's going to take a little work on that one, but it's okay. So real quick, we've had high drum part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So then we had the middle drum part. Oh, I almost forgot. We have to do the palm fingertip technique. So the palm fingertip technique is just like you're hitting a bass tone. But as soon as you hit the bass tone, you're going to roll your fingers back, and you're going to play it, throw those fingertips down for a second note, and springboard your hand back up. Other hand. Okay? Which our middle drum part starts with a palm fingertip on our non-dominant hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So what we have is 1 and 2 are the palm and fingers. 3 is the open tone on the dominant hand. 4 is just the palm. And then 5 is the slap. And then we rest on 6, or we don't play anything on 6 is what resting means. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So that is our middle drum part. Now we have our low drum part. And that looks like this. We're going to start with a palm, a bass tone, on our non-dominant hand. 1, For count 2, we're going to play a slap while that hand is down. 2. We're going to rest on 3. So far we have 1, 2. Then we're going to rest on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you might want to just get good at that. Okay? But we're going to keep going. So we have palm on 1, slap on 2, rest on 3. Then we're going to play another palm on our dominant hand for 4. 4. Then we lift our hand up and play 2 open tones for 5, 6. 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So, to get the timing of that, we're going to clap out. So remember, we're playing on all the counts of the 6 except for number 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that's palm, slap, rest, palm, open, open. Palm, slap, rest, palm, open, open. Okay, so I'm going to put that with the metronome so you can hear what it sounds like. I have my metronome set so the high-pitched beep is the first note of the 6. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can hear the count and you can hear the drum part all at the same time. Here we go. So there is your low drum parts. Okay, so real quick, I'll recap all 3 drum parts. High drum part looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Middle drum looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the low drum part looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So eventually all those parts will lock together, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for helping us celebrate and honor Black History Month with this classic traditional West African groove over 3 drums and a couple extra instruments. My name is Mike Reyes from Warrior Beat. Stay tuned because we have one more week of instructional video and I will play you out real quick for a few measures to show you what this is going to sound like. All right, we'll see you guys next week.